Internet! Shouth is here, and it's time for another episode of ShoutStone. I am bringing you another Shoutcast from the Hearthstone beta, this time brought to us once again by Matticus from WoW Insider, who has sent me many games. So this time, we're watching a Hunter deck in action. Let's see how it fares right now. Rexxar versus Gul'dan. StormSeraph, his opponent. I'm gonna guess that King Crush is gonna go. Look at that. I'm a psychic. Or not an idiot. One of the two. Well, okay. I'm sometimes an idiot, but in this case, I know what I'm talking about. So he changes his mind on that multi-shot. Probably actually a good idea. Multi-shot's one of those really handy cards that you like to have available, even though you're not going to use it till mid-game at the earliest. But it's still really handy. So at this point, doesn't look like he has anything worth playing the coin on right now. So he's going to play tracking instead. Oh, there's multi-shot. As well as Houndmaster and Snake Trap. Yeah, he's going to take Snake Trap. That pairs really well with that Hyena, as we've known, as we've talked about in the past. It also pairs really well with other Hunter cards as well, just to get some more offensive beasts out there. Oh, there's King Crush again. So, not really much of a benefit to getting rid of it in the opening hand, because here it is again, way earlier than it needs to be. Stupid 9-drop cards. But he's going to equip that Snake Trap, put it into play as a secret, and the Warlock player drops his Blood Imp to accompany the little engineer buddy of his, and he life taps to draw another card. So Timberwolf, that's another card that pairs really well with Snake Trap. But it's really, see, the thing with Timberwolf is I really like the card, but it's so difficult to determine if it's gonna last. Like, if you don't pair it well with a taunt minion or something like that, it's gonna be a pretty huge target. But as you can see, Matticus blew multi-shot early to get rid of the field, keep it clear. Another Novice Engineer goes down to continue the card battery effect for the Warlock. And a life trap for another one, so loading up his hand, which is very suspicious. You gotta wonder if maybe that Warlock player has something in his hand that benefits from the amount of cards available. So Ooze goes into play, followed by the Scavenging Hyena, hoping to try and lure his opponent, I think, to attacking one of those minions and popping that Snake Trap. But StormSeraph may be a little more aware of that. He is going to not play the trap this turn. And Hellfire. Okay. Interesting time to play Hellfire. I guess he, maybe that's not a bad idea, just considering that, oh, Flare, okay. Just considering that there was that Hyena in play, and he recognized that that's probably a Snake Trap in that, I mean, it's almost certainly a Snake Trap, just based off what he's already done so far. So he knows that by taking that Hyena out, and not allowing those snakes to become sacrificial buff minions for the Hyena, that he's pretty much going to be okay. So, Timberwolf now in play, Ironfur Grizzly and the Kobold Geomancer coming out for the Warlock player. That's going to give him a little bit of spell power, which is always dangerous in a caster deck, but again, spell power works in any kind of deck, because you might as well just call spell power ability power. And you can see, Soulfire did an extra point of damage there, but it does cost the Warlock player one of his cards. Yeah, but the Warlock deck, like, everything you have is a resource. Your health, your actual mana crystals, not just the mana, but the actual crystals themselves. So a quick silence effect on the Kobold, kill command on the bear, and the wolf attacks for 1. So it's going to come to a point pretty soon where the Warlock player, if he doesn't have any direct damage spells, is going to want to do something to take care of that wolf. Well, he does have another Ironfur Grizzly, so that kind of cancels out the damage that was just dealt by our Hunter player Matticus. Now it's just a matter of deciding what move to make next. Alright, looks like he is going to take out the wolf, but that will trigger the Snake Trap. Unfortunately, they won't gain any benefit from the wolf's plus attack power. Well, they will for a split second here, as they go up to 2, and then quickly go back down to 1. But those snakes are out. And he still has Unleash the Hounds, which can give those minions a nice bit of buff power. And the raid leader comes down to boost everything else up a little bit. So now, let's see what options are available for Matticus. He does have that Savannah Highmane, which has a very strong death rattle. And it looks like that is what he's going to play. And he is going to pop Unleash the Hounds, which gives all of his beasts not only extra attack, but also charge. So that allowed that Highmane to attack for 7 damage on the Warlock player, now in a severe back foot situation here. A lot of damage is going to have to be dealt to take that Highmane out of play, but he could have some spell options in his hand. But right now he's on the clock. I mean, at this point, if he doesn't take care of that Highmane or put something with Taunt out, or something to get his health back up, this game could be over very soon. Alright, so the Ancient Mage is going to come out, and that's going to give him additional spell power. But he's going to have to do something to actually react to it, and he will Shadow Bolt. That will be enough to take out the Highmane, and that's going to pop a couple of Hyenas. So the effect of Unleash the Hound still in play as we approach the 8-drop Warlock player. I think he might be out of options this turn. But he is going to attack one of the Hyenas, both of the Hyenas, and take them out of play, and trade off both of his minions at that. But he's still in a dangerous position. In fact, this is really it. This is GG right here because he couldn't handle. There's the hero power popped, and game over. So, unfortunately, that was all for StormSeraph. There really wasn't much he could do at that point. I guess he just didn't have the options in place, and Matticus takes the win in convincing fashion here on the ladder. So, with that in mind, I mean, that was just a pretty open and shut case for that particular type of deck. Really strong beast buff decks for hunters are just really good. What can you say? They just work really well. But that's going to do it for this episode of ShoutStone. Don't forget that we are here every single day with more brand new episodes, so make sure you like this video, subscribe if you want to be updated every time our videos go live, and comment if you want. Leave your thoughts below. But thank you so much for watching. You can also find me on Facebook and Twitter. Links are in the description below. And I will see you all next time.